This is how I know what I know about Amazon FBA. In this video, I'm revealing my top 5 sources of information that I'm looking at and I'm learning from on a daily basis. Let's go. What's up guys, welcome to the video. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome as well. My name's Myles and this channel is all about accelerating your Amazon FBA journey from 0 to 6 or 7 figures like I've been able to do in the last couple of years. So in this video today, I want to actually reveal the curtains a little bit and just show you some of these sources of information, things that I'm going to when I don't know something or when I need to solve a problem or when I want to learn something new about Amazon FBA, about how to build a business. What am I going to actually look at and learn from? So I'm going to break these sources down one by one, and I will, wherever applicable, I'm going to leave links and URLs in the description, in the video description down below, so that you can easily go and access them. I will hop between this camera and my computer and just show you what they look like. I'll walk you through, what specific things I'm going to each information source when I want to learn something, so that you know when should you use that information source, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and basically why it's trustworthy. First, if you do like this video, if you find it valuable, then make sure to smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want more stuff like this, and of course, click that notification bell. All of those things, I really appreciate them, and they help me grow and spread the word faster, so I do appreciate it. Okay, so without further ado, let's talk about how I know what I know about Amazon FBA. So these are the information sources that I'm personally checking on a daily or a weekly basis. I'm going on my computer, I'm looking at these things, I'm watching, I'm reading, and I'm learning as well, because we never stop learning. I'm on this journey just like you are. So these are the sources that I use, okay? So number one, it's my own business. Now, I can't link this one, obviously, but that's my main source of information. When I'm testing things, I'm experimenting, we're launching new products. We will be launching a lot of new products in about a month from now as well. And every time that we're doing these things, myself and my team, the important thing here is just to recognize that you try something and then you just know whether it works or not. And if it works, then you keep doing it. And you start to learn as you get into business that it's your own business. It's the stuff that you do on a daily basis and the mistakes you make and the things you get right. That's always going to be the best information source. There's just no way of getting around that direct experience. It's like learning how to drive a car. You can have somebody tell you how to drive a car and tell you how the shifter works and what the steering wheel, what it feels like, how to do everything step by step. You could spend 1,000 hours being told how to drive a car, but at the end of the day, you don't know how to drive a car until you just get in and drive, right? So I'm learning from my business every day. And as you know, if you've been on my channel for long enough, wherever possible, if there's a tutorial or strategy that I'm showing, I always try and show you case studies and things that I'm actually doing, backed up with numbers and generally things from my actual products, profit numbers, all that sort of stuff. So that is first and foremost my primary source of information. It's my own business, the things that I'm doing and experimenting and testing and learning on a daily or a weekly basis. So the second source then is my 7-figure mastermind. So this is just a private thing. It's myself and 2 other 7-figure Amazon sellers. We formed this mastermind in 2017, and it's funny, the way that we actually formed it was one of us, and I can't even remember who right now, I might put something up on screen if I can find it, but one of us posted in a Facebook group just asking for somebody else to mastermind with. And back then, all of our numbers were a lot smaller than they are today, but we were all in the same kind of ballpark of where we were at, and we were just looking for somebody to get into this more intimate, I guess, kind of space where you can talk to somebody one-on-one and just be able to bounce questions and ideas and use each other as a support network. And when we started doing this mastermind, we did private Skype calls since 2017. But when we started, we had no idea how much value there was going to be in this relationship. But as it turns out, now we're great mates and we just share every possible aspect about Amazon FBA. So you can either go and form your own mastermind and just do it a similar way to we did, which was just go find somebody in a Facebook group and just talk and make sure they're on the same level as you, but just open up and share with each other. And so my 2 buddies in this 7-figure Amazon mastermind, that's Lamar and Francisco, apart from both of them being successful Amazon sellers in their own right, both of them also have their own YouTube channels where they talk about and teach the things that they're learning and doing successfully in their own businesses. Okay, so I'm gonna hop into my computer now. I will briefly show you both of their YouTube channels and just give you a couple of reasons to consider checking them out. All right, so this is Lamar's channel. So Lamar's my buddy from Pennsylvania. He is an awesome dude. He's so real. He's really, really good at PPC, probably better than I am. And he not only works in his own Amazon business on PPC, but he actually manages 8-figure Amazon seller accounts. That's $10 million or more. He manages those accounts and does it really well. So he's always got his finger on the pulse with PPC, as well as, you know, all of the other strategies, but particularly PPC. So I recommend definitely check Lamar's channel out. He really does drop a lot of value, particularly in his last video. I think he hasn't uploaded in a little while, but he's got some new videos coming out. So check Lamar's channel out. And this one is Francisco's channel. Ok, y para el canal de mi amigo Francisco o Paco voy a hablar en español, porque obviamente su canal también es para vendedores hispanohablantes. Entonces, Francisco o Paco es el vendedor más exitoso en nuestro grupo. Sus ventas en 2018 fueron muy altas, casi $4 millones. Él vende en todos los mercados de Amazon Europa y también en el Estados Unidos, mucho más que yo, y bueno, da mucho valor en sus videos para sus seguidores. Claro, voy a dejar todos los vínculos debajo del video para que ustedes puedan ir y si hablan español, suscribirse también. Okay, so those are my two buddies' YouTube channels. That was my horrible Spanish, and I recommend that you check both of them, Lamar and Francisco, out and go and subscribe to their channels. I also do subscribe to a couple of other Amazon FBA or just business YouTube channels as well. And so I wanted to share those with you as source number 3 of the things that I'm looking at to know what I know about Amazon FBA. I don't subscribe to many YouTube channels, but a couple, yeah. So first one is Adam Fisher. Now, I don't know whether you're a subscriber of his channel already, but if you are, you may have seen my face on his channel somewhere. If you aren't, I do recommend Adam to you guys. Adam is a really genuine guy. We have spoken once, and again, you'll be able to find my face in a video on his channel somewhere if you look hard enough. If you do find it, by the way, leave a comment and just tell him that I sent you there. But Adam's a really good guy. He, like me, he's honest about his journey, and he's actually really good at telling that story. Particularly, you can see over the course of his videos since he started, like when he was just starting out and doing arbitrage, to where he's doing pretty well today, and he's doing really well with his YouTube channel as well. Great guy. He talks a lot about the product research stage and just the sort of mindset as well behind it. So do check his channel out if you're interested. The next one is Matt Loberstein. Now, I don't think I've ever said a word to Matt. I think maybe we've exchanged a message or like I might have replied to one of his posts in his Facebook group, but Matt is one of the ones who actually inspired me to do my own YouTube channel. And what I like about Matt's channel, the common theme here is that he is pretty open and he's pretty honest about the whole experience, having realistic expectations and, you know, like what you'll really get out of this. He likes to show, he does more vlogging style videos, and he likes to show the lifestyle and also the social aspect of, you know, like interacting and communicating with other Amazon FBA sellers. He does drop a lot of good value in his videos. So if you'd like another sort of transparent look at selling on Amazon successfully, combined with that lifestyle aspect, then definitely check out Matt Loberstein's channel. Now, there are 2 more YouTube channels that I wanted to talk to you guys and share with you guys about. The first one is Sam Ovens. Now, Sam has nothing to do with Amazon FBA. You won't find that on this channel. But if you're an entrepreneur or you want to be an entrepreneur, you can learn a lot from the things that he talks about in his videos. Sam's actual product is, it's digital products. He sells obviously stuff to entrepreneurs through this channel. And I think his other product is around consulting, or he owns a website, consulting.com. But what I really like about Sam's videos on this channel are that he presents quite intelligent concepts and is really good at identifying links between things and basically using principles and mental models to explain how to do business well. Some of his videos are really thought-provoking. I can guarantee that if you are interested in the aspects of business, you know, aside from just like tactics on Amazon FBA, but you actually want to start a real business, which is a good, desirable goal to have, by the way, then you'll be able to learn a lot from Sam's channel. The first video that I actually watched that got me into his videos was this one, How Billionaires Think, Decoding the Billionaire Mind. Highly recommend that video specifically, but in general, most of his content is really good. And the last video that I wanted to talk about, the last channel that I wanted to show you guys is Nomad Capitalist. Now, despite the name being similar, our audiences and what we talk about is quite different. So again, you won't find almost anything about Amazon FBA on Andrew Henderson's channel. But what Andrew talks about, Nomad Capitalist, what he talks about is all of the aspects of, if you have an online business, how can you leave your home country? Generally it's your home country if you live in like the States, Canada, Australia, you know, Europe, sort of developed first world countries, generally that have high tax rates. How can you take advantage of an online business like Amazon to then move to another country and start setting things up so that you pay basically a lot less tax and live a more, I guess you want to say like freedom and sort of independent lifestyle. He talks about it a lot. I have been following him for a long time, not just his YouTube, but his website. He is obviously selling a service, and so, just keep that in mind, but he gives out heaps of value. Really recommend his channel and his blog articles as well. You can really learn a lot. So again, this is really only going to apply to you if you're actually thinking about, for example, if you live in the United States and you want to just live in the United States, this channel is not for you. He really does talk to nomads, people who are willing to move overseas. But if you're a traveler, if you want to do Amazon FBA to be able to have this location independent income and just like move around the world or live somewhere else in the world, very good channel. Recommend you check it out as well. Okay, the fourth information source of things that I actually look at, things that I actually learn from, is going to be blogs. And I'm going to show you 2 blogs that I recommend that you check out if you want to learn more about. This is now back to tactics and strategies on Amazon. The first one is Seller Sessions. So by the way, common theme here, guys, everybody who has this online presence in some way, shape or form, they will have a product or a service that they can sell you. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just the way the world works. So in this case, they have a live event and probably other services, which I'm sure you can look at if you want to. But their blog and podcast, they're both combined, is really good. So you go to this link, and again, everything's going to be down below, but sellersessions.com. And they're all very, very tactical, very strategic articles about the current state of Amazon FBA. He has a lot of guests on that have good insight into like big sort of data about what's working, what's not. So there are some really good ranking articles on here. There's a lot about consumer psychology, listing optimization, things like that, reviews. It's all really covered here. And what I actually really like about Seller Sessions, which is all run by a guy called Danny McMillan, I believe, who I've never talked to either, but I just, I like the stuff that he puts out. They actually do a summary of the podcast. So if you just want to very quickly skim, get a lot of information, you can do it really easily here. I really, really like that. Anyway, check out sellersessions.com. The other one is the Viral Launch blog. The Viral Launch, in that same vein, they are very data focused, and that makes sense. They have so much data coming in. They have a big team of data scientists, and with a business model like Amazon, there's a huge amount of value in being able to interpret big data and turn data into knowledge and turn it into information. Viral Launch are doing a really good job of that with their blog. And so I do check that out just to see what's going on. Like, for example, one new thing that's coming out that I don't have access to yet, but Viral Launch does, is brand analytics. And so as a result of the articles that I've read on this website, I'm waiting to get access so that I can go and take action with it myself. Some other interesting stuff that's on here, more stuff on brand analytics. Viral Launch have so much experience with giveaways and just the data behind it that they can actually really know what works and what doesn't work. And so I'm going to use a blog like this blog, the Viral Launch blog, to keep myself updated because I don't run giveaways that often. So these guys are going to know better than I do. So that's the second blog. I don't read any other ones. And just keep in mind that with the information available on the internet, it's essentially infinite these days, but your time is incredibly constrained. And so you really need to know, like, it's not about having 15 different sources of information. It's about having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 good ones that you can just rely on, because we don't have all day to just keep looking up and keeping up to date with new information. So that's why I only look at a few. I don't really spend much time on YouTube, by the way, but these are the guys that I follow. And the last information source, number 5, is books. Now, these aren't Amazon FBA related, although I do buy them from Amazon. But books are a really, really incredible way to just supercharge your knowledge. This year, I'm planning to read between 20 to 30 books in a year. So obviously that's, like one every couple of weeks. And the art of actually sitting down with a book that's going to teach you something and then just reading it and spending the, whatever it is, 5 to 10 hours it takes to read a book, that is a really valuable skill. And I know most of us these days, it's hard for us to find the time to sit down and read, but it's an incredibly useful art. Now, these 3 books that I'm going to recommend, I have a much longer list, but these are probably the top 3 that I would recommend if you're starting out with business, if you're starting out with Amazon. What's the most concentrated learnings you get? So the first one is the Personal MBA, Master the Art of Business. I listened to this in audiobook format, I believe, quite a while ago. But it's pretty much as it says in the title. It's the Personal MBA. It's going to teach you how to start and run a business. What are the fundamentals and the principles and the moving pieces that you need to know how they work. Now, Amazon, you'll be able to see the connections between this book and your Amazon business very easily. And if you can't, it's because you don't yet know the actual principles of business. So I recommend this. Again, links will be below. The next one is the E-Myth Revisited. This one again is not related to Amazon, it's about business. But this thing will blow your mind, particularly if you already have a product selling on Amazon. If you're already making some sort of income, you're past the stage of doing, your first product research, and you're now looking at increasing your income. This book a few concepts in it will be absolutely critical for you. The main one is going to be understanding what is the difference between a technician, a manager, and an entrepreneur, and what do you need to do to go from being the technician to the manager to the entrepreneur. And basically the technician is the person who does the job. They are using the tools, or they are doing the work inside the business. And not just with Amazon, but with almost any business, most people who have businesses are business owners are actually just technicians. They aren't entrepreneurs in any way, shape, or form. And this book will tell you what you need to do to go from that part where you're just stuck in the business. You're just working every day. You have to actually work to earn an income. Where you want to get to is the entrepreneur phase, which is where you have technicians working for you, you have managers managing the business for you, and then you get to drive the strategy, you get to drive the direction. And it's all about systems and processes. I'm not going to do a full book review or talk about the entire thing, but this I also highly recommend. The last book is Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. And just notice that none of these are actually Amazon FBA. It's because this stuff is more important than just learning like product research or a hack to get reviews. That stuff is going to change. It's like flavor of the month type stuff. But if you can put the hours in, which is not many hours, honestly, to read these books, you will have just such a good foundation to be able to do Amazon or any other business, anything that you want to do. So Influence is going to teach you 6 key principles of persuasion. And again, this isn't directly going to be, Amazon listing copywriting or Amazon listing images. But when you learn the things in this book, you'll start to understand how people work, the emotional side. What are you actually doing when you are doing something like selling a product to somebody through Amazon.com and you're influencing people? You have to persuade people to buy. So anyway, that's the 5th information source. And these are probably the top 3 books that I would recommend for you to go away and read if you want to learn and just upskill your business skills, which will then carry over to Amazon FBA. I have a much longer list of book recommendations, and I write notes on most of them as well. If you want to get more exposure to that side of things, if that interests you, then leave me a comment down below and tell me, yeah, I want to know more about books or whatever it is that you want to know more about. I read every single comment, and this channel is all about you guys. So I make these videos for you guys based on what you want. So leave me a comment down below. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and got value out of it. Make sure to smash the like button if you did. Remember, all those links are down below, so go check those guys out, subscribe to their YouTube channels, tell them that Myles sent you as well if you do, and I will see you guys in the next video.